Hi guys, it's Miss Lindsay here. So for this week we are doing creepy crawly spiders, and we're going to be learning how to make this really neat spider's web and 3 different types of spiders. Now I have a grumpy spider, a very girly spider, and just a normal regular spider at the bottom. Alright guys, so what you're going to need is a piece of paper, a marker, or a pencil, just anything to draw with. And once you have your supplies ready, we're going to take our pencil or our marker and we're going to come to the side of our paper. I'm going to put a little dot right in the corner. So go ahead and do that right now. Okay, once your dot is drawn, we're going to start making our spider's web. And our spider's web is going to be right in the corner of our paper. So at the dot, I'm going to make a straight line at the top. It's okay if it's a little wavy. It's a spider's web, so it's okay if it looks a little wavy. Spider's webs are not perfect. So at the top, I'm going to make one line and stop until I come almost to the edge of my paper. Okay, because I made one on the side here, I'm going to make one down here. So this line is going to start where I started at my dot. So I'm going to take my pencil or my marker and make a line that kind of comes halfway in between my paper. I don't want to make it too long because then I won't be able to fit my spider. So I'm going to come halfway on my paper. Okay, so once those 2 lines are drawn, I'm going to start at my dot again and make a diagonal line. Now both of these lines that we just made were straight lines. This one was horizontal, this one was vertical. So now I'm going to make a diagonal line. So at my dot, make a diagonal line and stop. And it's okay if they're not the same length, totally fine. Okay, at my dot again, I'm going to make another diagonal line, but this time it'll be at the top of my paper. Diagonal line and stop. And you guessed it, guys, we're going to make one more diagonal line in the middle. Okay, diagonal line and stop. Alright, so there's my spider's web. It's not quite done because I need to add the lines inside. Now my lines are going to look like the spiders are a little bit lazy and didn't really clean up that well. Your lines can be as neat as you want them to be. I'm going to do mine in just a diagonal line. So my spider's web is going to look like it's kind of fallen apart. Kind of like the spiders forgot to take care of it. Yours can look really neat if you want it to, but it's your spider's web. You do what you want it to look like. The lines I'm making are super simple. They're just diagonal lines, and I'm spacing them out. Okay, I'm going to make another one, and another one. And maybe I'll make this one super close. Maybe I'll make this one a little bit farther away. And remember, your artwork, you draw it how you want it to look. My web is just going to look a little bit messy. But it's your artwork. You decide how the end result looks like, as long as you are happy with it. Alright, so there's my spider's web. It definitely looks a little messy, but that's okay because my spiders might be a little messy. Alright, so our next step is to make our spider. So I'm going to come in the first section of my web. I'm going to take my pencil and I'm going to make a string that's dangling down a little bit. My string is going to be a little wavy. You can make your string however you want it to look. So here we go, and I'm going to stop there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and make my spider's body. So I'm going to make a circle like that. Inside the circle, I'm going to make 2 eyes. So I'm going to make another circle and another circle. I'm going to make a highlight circle inside. So we're going to make another circle, another circle. And one more, I'm going to make a smaller circle at the bottom. That's my other highlight. And I'm going to go ahead and color everything in the back with my marker in. So I'm going to leave my highlights white. Now my spider is going to be a pretty happy, a pretty cute looking spider. You can make yours however you want yours to look. Maybe you have a scarier spider. Mine's gonna be really happy, so I'm gonna make a big smiley face on him. And I'm also gonna add 2 fangs. Now my fangs are a V shape. So here's my V, I'm gonna color those in. Here's my other V, and I'll color those in. All right, so he's not a spider unless he has legs. Right now he's just a floating body. We have to add legs to him. I'm gonna add 6 legs. You can add as many legs as you want. So my legs are super easy. It's a diagonal line coming up, a diagonal line coming down, diagonal line coming up, diagonal line coming down, and one more diagonal line, and another one. I'm gonna do the same thing on this side. Diagonal line coming up and down, up and down, up and down. Now I like my legs to be a little bit thicker. Right now they're super skinny, so I'm just gonna color mine in a little bit thicker because I like how that looks. You can leave your legs as skinny as you want or as thick as you want. It's your spider, it's your choice. You make him how you are happy with him. So I'm just gonna make his legs a tiny bit thicker. There we go. The last thing I'm gonna add to my spider is hair. I'm gonna have a really hairy spider. So I'm gonna add just some lines all over the place to show that my spider is a little hairy. And I'm gonna add them to his legs too. You don't have to do this, but if you want to, you can. I just think it's a funny detail to add, and it gives our spider some extra texture. There we go. All right, I'm gonna put some in the middle of him too. There we go, there's my hairy spider. All right, so we have one done. Now we're gonna make another one in the middle and one on the top. So my middle spider is gonna come to the middle of my paper, and you're gonna find a spot to put this string. I think this is a great spot to put it, and I think I'm gonna do another wavy line. This time, this string's gonna come a little bit lower because I want my spider to dangle. If you want your string to be shorter, you make it shorter. It's your picture, you do what makes you happy. Okay, at the bottom, I'm gonna make another circle, like that. Inside, I'm gonna make an eye, and another eye. And the same thing like we did over here, I'm gonna make a highlight circle, one at the top, and a smaller one at the bottom, and go ahead and color the back in. And I made a boy spider. I think I'm gonna make this one a girl spider. So I'm gonna give her some eyelashes. And I'm gonna give her a nice big smile like I did before. And I'm gonna add those fangs. So the fangs are a V shape, like that. A V shape like that. And you know what? I think she would really like a bow, so I'm gonna put a bow on her. You don't have to. You don't have to make this a girl spider, but if you want to, you can. And I think she would like a polka dot bow. There we go. All right, so our spider is missing her legs. So like I did on my other spider that I started with, we're gonna add some legs. So we're gonna add one going up and down, diagonal line going up and down, and one more time. Up and down. Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Diagonal line going up, down, one more time, up, down. And I'm gonna make her legs a little bit thicker because they're super skinny right now. And I'm just gonna color them in a little bit thicker. And to do that, I'm just taking my marker and making a line next to it and coloring it in. If you don't want to do that, you do not have to. Okay, and again, I'm gonna put some hair on her. So I'm gonna put some texture. So to do that, we're just gonna make some lines poking all the way around. And we're gonna do the same thing on her legs. You don't have to do the little hairs, but if you want to, you can. I think it just adds a really nice textured effect to our spider. Alrighty. There she is, all done. So now we're gonna do one more spider at the top of the paper. And I'm gonna come to my top line and make another string dangling down. like that. It's a bit of a more crooked string. Okay, one more time. We're gonna do a circle for the body. And we're gonna do 2 eyes in the middle. So one here, one here. Maybe this is a really grumpy spider, so maybe we'll do some angry eyebrows on him. Before we do that, we're gonna add a highlight circle inside. Highlight circle, and one more at the bottom. And like we did down here, we're gonna color in the background. Very carefully, we're gonna take our time to do that. Maybe he's a little grumpy, so I'm gonna add some angry eyebrows. And instead of a smiley face, I'm just gonna put a straight line instead. And we're gonna add his fangs, which are 2 V's. He's a bit of a grumpy spider right now. That's okay. All right, so he's just ahead. We have to make sure we add his legs like we did down here. So again, diagonal line up and down, up, down, up, down. Same thing on the other side. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And because I like the legs to be a bit wider, I'm gonna go ahead and color them in wider. This is a step you don't have to do, but if you want your legs to be a bit thicker, you can. It is your drawing, totally up to you. Okay, and we're almost done. So my legs are done, his face is done. I'm gonna add some hair on him as well, just to add some more texture. And to do that, we're just gonna add small, straight, diagonal lines all over the place. Kind of like they look like spikes from a cactus. Same effect. So we're just gonna add them all over the place. Alrighty, so he is done. So my picture is done. My spiders are relaxing in the air. The fun step is next. We're gonna go ahead and color in our spiders and our web. So to do that, you can use colored pencils, you can use markers, you can use crayons. Use whatever you have at home and color in your spiders however you want them to look. If you want them to be red or purple or pink, you use those colors. It's your artwork. You do what makes you happy with it.